Ah.
My boy Link, she's totally down to rub the roofie. What's going on, guys? It's Pone, or you can call me Mr. President because I got a birthmark that looks like the president on my penis. With today's video, I hope to give you guys a little bit of guidance, enlighten you on the way of the Nintendo Switch, teach you a little bit about it, explain some of my background. Is it worth buying? Should you hold off? All these questions and more should be answered. So let's start with the simple one, my background. I am not one of those long-term loyal supporters of any sort of franchise or platform. You're not gonna be, oh my god, I buy every Nintendo. I generally go where the games are. I'm a gamer at my core, and if the game system has enough games that seem appealing to me, I'm gonna buy it. And that's simple, that's easy, that's how I do it. So generally, that's something you need to keep in the back of your mind while I discuss my thoughts on this platform. Now, the system, the console itself, I think it's absolutely incredible. It's everything you would expect out of a Nintendo platform. You know that they do sacrifice and take shortcuts here and there in terms of where they allocate their funds and resources. You know, they've never really been up to par with Xbox One and PlayStation 4 in terms of graphics, so on and so forth. And that's simply because they try to put their energy and attention into things like the mobile aspect of this game, something that the other platforms do not have. And they do this because Nintendo's an entirely different beast altogether. And if they learn to focus this into one successful project, Nintendo could become a mandatory purchase every time a new platform is released. Every time a new Nintendo console comes out, it could be a must-buy. Because as of right now, most people ask the question, what should I go with, PlayStation or Xbox? And if they take what they know and what they're good at, Nintendo could just be that one because it stands alone. There's no real direct competition to what Nintendo does. And they do it extremely well. They're getting better every time they launch this. Now, I will be a little bit honest about this. Complete transparency, I bought the Wii and the Wii U, played it for a week or two, never touched it again. And for this reason alone is precisely why I chose to wait on reviewing the Nintendo Switch. I wanted to make sure that this same thing does not repeat itself, and to be happy with this announcement, it didn't. I find myself taking Zelda to bed with me. Link! Bro, she's over here, just come get her. I'm tired of this bitch. Seriously though, what I'm so happy about is that the mobile aspect paid off. I thought this was a terrible idea. I didn't think it would go anywhere. And then I started seeing the titles coming off. Okay, taking NBA on the go, taking Mario Kart on the go. All of these things seem simple, but they've refined this. They've enhanced something that they've been working on, and it's getting better and better, and it's more accessible, more casual, and more friendly for those that may not be very good. Now, why Nintendo stands out across the rest of the competitions and the other platforms and consoles is because it offers and focuses around fun. That's what you're buying when you buy a Nintendo console, fun. Now, I'm not saying you can't have fun playing Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but it's generally not the game itself that gives you the fun. It's more so the company, the friends that you play with that makes it an enjoyable and fun experience. Whereas you can actually enjoy these games and have fun with them. For example, Zelda. This is a game where your weapons break, and it's about the experience and the story. Whereas almost every other RPG out there on the other platforms are generally a grind fest. It's about earning and min-maxing and grinding and farming. This game is just kind of about playing it. You don't earn experience by leveling up. The experience is playing the game. And that's a really, really cool way to look at it. And they do great things like this. They've worked with the indie teams. They are really working towards a fun experience for 2D players, RPGs. They've got a nice lineup. And this leads me into the biggest issue with the launch of this. There is absolutely no need to purchase a Nintendo Switch right now because the only must-buy is Zelda. Mario Kart 2 months after launch. You got Mario Holiday Season, which was a big mistake. The fact that they don't have classic Marios for sale in the shop is a big no-no. I don't know how they managed to not get that out, but this was a huge error on their part. Fortunately, there's not a lot of them out there, so my guess is if you wait till the holiday season, we're talking Black Friday or Christmas, ask Santa for one of these, you will be extremely happy because it's going to be great by the time they build up the library and you have a nice arsenal of video games to play. Because as of right now, I've got Zelda, and I'm actually taking it slow because I know I have nothing else for a good month until I can get my hands on Mario Kart, which is cool. And if I'm being honest with you guys, I was originally not going to look into this. I had no interest because I said with the bad experiences I've had the Wii and the Wii U that I just didn't play them anymore because I'm not dedicated to the characters like Zelda and Mario. I haven't played them since I was a kid. It's been 20 plus years. So the way that I look at it, I'm not bound to this platform by any means. But I do remember the times that I used to be able to play. Like I said, they revolve around fun. The living room experience is what Nintendo Switch has to offer. And this is something that none of the others give you. The ability to just get up and start playing with any of your friends, your grandma. It's so accessible and family friendly and casual nonetheless that you can take this on the go. If my mother-in-law, who watches my 2 sons, is over there, I can take that over there and play with them for a couple hours before the battery dies. It's extremely mobile, and I like that. And if I'm being honest, if I was just living by myself and I had no partner and I was just solo queuing the rest of my life, I probably would not have purchased this. And that's simply because of the lack of interest in the games. I have not, like I said, been tied down to Zelda for all these years, where many of you may have. And of course, then it's a must-buy for you. But for somebody that's just a gamer itself and I go where the games are, with 2 kids now, a wife that loves things like Just Dance and Mario Kart, it just seemed like a no-brainer for me to finally pick this up so that I can do some things with my family in a way that my wife would never have interest in Call of Duty or Battlefield or Diablo. It's just too overwhelming for her. But something like this, Zelda, Mario Kart, she knew these. She grew up on these too. And it's the perfect gateway for a learning gamer, a novice, somebody that's extremely skilled. It's just so fun. I can't wait to be able to, oh, stop screen peeking! You know, it's just a lot of banter. That family living room experience is what they offer. Another thing I feel like they fell short on, which isn't necessarily a flaw, but something they probably should have worked out, is integrating some sort of app system like Twitch and Netflix, things like this. If you are aiming for the family room experience, things like this just seem like a must. I don't know why they're not integrated in, but hey, they may have their own reasons. I feel like Nintendo's always kind of been closed off. They don't like content creators posting. They're slowly relaxing and getting out of the comfort zone and letting the rest of the world kind of integrate with what they do. But I hope they expedite that a little bit. I am actually really satisfied with the console. Like I said, I'm taking it slow just because the lack of library, the lack of content right now in terms of games. There's nothing really piquing my interest. But I can't wait to play Mario Kart. Splatoon is big on my list. I can't wait to learn to play that. And we've got some test weekends coming up. Maybe I'll post some content if you guys want it. But the Nintendo Switch was really good. Like I said, there's no rush. Honestly, knowing what I know now, I would have much rather waited until the end of the year so that I could have a whole lot of content and different games, a variety to play at once, instead of slowly having to restrict myself so I don't burn myself out and get bored with it altogether. So that's the only problem that I could diagnose, and it is a pretty major problem. Not having games to play on a brand new console was a mistake. The fact that they don't have classic Mario and games like that, another mistake. That should have been a base minimum. If they knew they were not going to have a Mario game on launch and other things, they should have done more and dealt with this. Damage control at minimal. And I'm really disappointed that they didn't. The fact that I don't have anything is going to scare a lot of people away from this. So like I said, be patient. Wait for games to come out so that you can have a nice, solid selection to go with at the start. My only other issue is the name of the console itself. The Switch, it triggers me. I grew up, when I got in trouble, I used to get beat. You ever get Switches? I got Switches. It was crazy. So, I'm scared, man. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you being here and tuning in. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit. Like I said, I'm an old-fashioned gamer. I like having fun, and Nintendo does it well. Being able to play in the living room, be able to take it to other places, play NBA, Splatoon, something like Mario Kart with my friends and family. That is something that the gaming community desperately needs. There's so much competition. It's all about multiplayer shooters and this and that, and it's escalated from what used to be fun. Gaming's not that fun anymore. And Nintendo still stays true to their roots, and they do it in such a fine way. And that's why I approve of what they're doing. And hopefully they keep growing upon that and become a very big household requirement soon. Thanks for watching, guys. You take care. Have some fun out there.